games have been a long staple of my childhood and even my adulthood. I've basically played them all, apart from these, and maybe these, and all the other ones. So, I guess I maybe haven't played them all, but today we're going to be checking out a timeless classic, LEGO Lord of the Rings, and see how it holds up in the year 2024. One interesting thing to note about the LEGO Lord of the Rings game is there's actually two different versions of this game. There's a normal game style that we all know and love that we played on Xboxes and PlayStation 3s, but there's also a handheld version that, even though it followed the same story, it did actually have different gameplay styles and it was limited on some of the parts of the game. The handheld port ranged from DS, PS Vita, and even Android Mobile. Another fun fact is this was actually my first version of the game that I played. I'll never forget getting $50 that I collected for weeks and then going into my local GameStop and purchasing not the Xbox version, no, I bought the PS Vita version, and then I played it for countless days, countless hours, 24/7, and I got 100% on it. I was so hooked on it, I had to get the Xbox version, which I will be playing in today's video. I tried my best to get 100% on it, but unfortunately there was a bug, so I'm stuck on 99.8%. That's okay. But nonetheless, it's time to go back to the world of Middle-earth. Dear God, this music, it really just gets to me. There's just something about loading up into this game and not only getting introduced to the fantastic Shire music score, but just seeing the world being alive in the background. What is happening? What? Oh, yeah. Game trailers. I completely forgot that LEGO games used to play game trailers when they were ideal. I feel like this might still be a thing, but it's just something that caught me off guard. Starting up the game, we get introduced to the first of the 3 loading screens you have in the game. These are really nice recreations of drawings from the 3 movies. So this one is of course Fellowship of the Ring. The game starts off going over the classic story that we know from the Lord of the Rings lore.
One ring to rule them all.
And we're in. One pretty neat thing is that we get to play in the Battle of Dagorlad, which is something that I wouldn't have really expected, but here we are. We get to play as Elendil, Isildur, and Elrond as we battle hordes of orcs and do classic LEGO things until we see Sauron, who is a Bionicle-like figure. It's very interesting because this is around the time LEGO started exploring with the big figs inside their games, and seeing this figure being used for Sauron is actually pretty neat and cool to see. I really like how menacing they're actually able to show Sauron being by just going through those hordes of orcs over to us, and when he's finally here you have to battle him. The boss fight with Sauron isn't anything insane, it's just do this thing 3 times until you defeat him, which will be like the most common thing you'll see inside of LEGO Lord of the Rings. What you have to do is hit him 3 times when his mace is stuck, and then once you do it you get a cutscene which resulted in Elendil getting knocked down. Not exactly dying, at least because this is a LEGO game, but Isildur used his father's sword to one-tap Sauron and take the ring to destroy it with Elrond. On our way up, this is where you get to play a normal LEGO level. It shows you the basic game mechanics. Specifically, one that I feel like noting is the LEGO logic of elves being able to jump pretty high. Of course, it makes sense with LEGO Lord of the Rings, but specifically if we're going to talk about LEGO stuff, I love that they just have these characters that can jump pretty high. Also, on top of this, I got my first mini kit, which is actually a treasure chest. Very interesting. The replay mechanics in LEGO TT games is always so rewarding and addicting. I honestly love it. That's why I have to 100% basically all of them. Once you get to the top at the volcano, everything was really nice. The bridge was made out of LEGO, and the set piece overall had a very cool atmosphere.
Cast it into the fire! Destroy it!
Of course, Elrond was the only one with common sense, and Isildur found out the hard way what keeping the ring does.
It betrayed Isildur to his death.
I think that was actually kind of insane for a LEGO game. I mean, he was invisible, but damn.
For 2,500 years, the ring passed out of all knowledge.
2,500 years? And then it gets found by Andy Serkis? Gollum? Whatever you want to call him. And then of course, Bilbo. This end screen is just so nostalgic. All of those addictive collectibles that you get as pop-ups, you're like, you got this much. And then mithril bricks. The concept of those is such an interesting take on the classic gold bricks in LEGO games. We're gonna explore on that way more later. And so here we are, back at the current times of LEGO Lord of the Rings. Bilbo and Gandalf are saying their goodbyes until the ring gets mentioned. Interesting to skip over a good chunk of the movie, which makes sense especially in the LEGO style of games back in the day, but I feel like if they were to explore Lord of the Rings in a game form again, I think they might actually explore the whole part of the movie at the beginning with the party and the fireworks. I think it would have been a really nice part of the game, but hey, here we are. And there he is. There is Frodo.
One ring to rule them all.
He said the thing. Sam jump scare and Gandalf is off while he battles Chandeliers because of course he's a bit too tall. And from here, the journey begins. Oh, the Shire. Such a peaceful place. So I decided to destroy everything I possibly could before I left on the journey. Once I came back to my senses, I decided to follow the story and we ran into Merry and Pippin and decided to frame a pig for a robbery. And from here, we are instantly into our second mission, where we have to make our way through a spooky forest and hide from the Black Riders by distracting them with some birds by throwing rocks at different things. Which makes complete sense. Oh, no, fight it, Frodo, fight it! So Sam can dig now? Okay. That's one of the things he can do. That probably was the easiest minikit I have ever found. And now Sam can also plant stuff? What can't he do? Once you reach a certain part of this level, we get to see what Gandalf is up to. He was on his way to Isengard to seek Saruman's counsel. To quickly interrupt, can we just quickly talk about the confusing names inside of Lord of the Rings lore overall? This has always bugged me, specifically with Saruman and Sauron, which are of course different characters. One is a wizard, one is like a bad guy, but why do they sound the exact same? Being a kid back in the day, I was like, so which one's which? And even while I was recording this video, I'm like, so wait, Saruman, Sauron. It's just bugging me. And don't even get me started on the other names, like Isildur, Isildur. It's cool, but it honestly sounds like Tolkien was just like, what can I come up with right now? Anyway, Gandalf and Sauron decide to 1v1, and oh, that is first person. That's very interesting. I've never seen that in LEGO form. And even on top of that, a little Easter egg that I've noticed is they have like these sliding sound effect that Gandalf kind of does inside of the movie when he slides around the place. I thought that was a really nice nod to the movies. This is indeed pretty epic. As I battled Saruman, I forgot that they have a neat feature inside of the game where you have the ability to play as two different groups of characters. A really nice way to balance all these stories across the movies as we go forward. The boss fight overall was very typical and easy stuff for LEGO, but I decided to go and see what the hobbits were up to. While I was doing that, Gandalf was just moaning and groaning in my top right corner. As I progressed forward, we got introduced to more things inside of this part of the level, like inventory where you can stash stuff away, also fishing, which Merry can do, and also something else, I got to see Lego bees. That was pretty cool. But overall, same thing, distract Black Riders and keep moving forward, which made me go back to Gandalf and defeat Saruman. Overall, trying to figure out how to balance these stories from side to side is kind of difficult overall. But Gandalf got tossed around and we're back with the hobbits. Frodo realized that the Black Riders were after the ring, and as the hobbits were trying to get away, we get another part of the level where now you have to run away from the Black Riders. This is a very common thing inside of LEGO games, and I really do appreciate that it does come back inside of this game quite a lot. It's always fun to just try to figure out where the collectibles are before you get to them, and as you make your way out, thankfully the gang gets away and they get onto a boat just in time, and off from here they were to the Prancing Pony Bar because they had some time to spare. And the way the game makes you spend that time is by completing a side mission, but also a blacksmith mithril side mission. You get tasked with making a mithril trowel. Making any of these tools inside of the blacksmith's area that you can find in this location is always just so much fun inside of this game. It's definitely one of the best things that I've always remembered about it. You get to choose what you'll make, then have it to heat up with mithril and see it melt, and then you see the blacksmith work on the item. It just makes the experience so much special each and every single time. And there's a whole bunch of tools you have to make. I'll never forget the excitement that I had when I was young every single time I got to make one of these tools. And even all these years later, as a 22-year-old, I still have this joy in me. Once the quest was completed, you actually get rewarded with a red brick, which I wasn't ready to buy just yet, but it was pretty cool that you get a red brick straight off the bat from a side quest. Once inside the Prancing Pony, Frodo ended up seeing Big Brother, and then we also meet Aragorn, who is here to help us on our journey. Aragorn, my beloved. From here we make our way to the Weathertop, where Frodo decides to take a snooze break. But Merry, Sam, and Pippin want to throw a feast together. So you have to gather wood. While I gathered the wood, I decided to beat up the sleeping Frodo, grew some tomatoes, got some fish, and got an egg off the floor. And from here, it was time for the pyromaniac Sam to light the fire. Yes, he can also light fires, which was very stupid of them, because they alerted the Black Riders of their presence. From here, the hobbits make their way up to the very top of the Weathertop, and on the way, I really realized how useful Sam is, because he can do so much. He grows stuff, he burns stuff, he digs stuff. He really is the MVP of the gang. How would any of them make it without him? Once you make your way at the very top, they end up being surrounded. And so dummy Frodo puts the ring on, splitting the mission into two parts, which makes sense in a way. I don't think it was very needed here because Frodo is just in like this weird obviously thing when you put on the ring, but I don't think they should have put it into this whole like complicated, just making me do extra steps. It's not complicated, I'm just lazy. But anyway, the whole objective is light fires, doing some stuff from Frodo's side and doing the other stuff from Sam's side. And of course, Sam the pyromaniac loves every single bit of it. But the Black Riders unfortunately came prepared with a fire extinguisher, and so Frodo got stabbed, because of course he did. Thankfully, Aragorn came in clutch, and from here you have to use torches to defeat the same Black Riders, but actually defeat them this time. It actually took me forever to do this part of the game, just because I couldn't figure out where the last torch was, and to my surprise, Sam had it inside of his inventory. No idea how that happened, but once the Black Riders were finally defeated, we were off to Rivendell with the sick/stabbed Frodo. Thankfully, we also got some help from Arwen, who actually helped us get across a river, which ended up stopping the Black Riders from completely, absolutely obliterating everyone. After Frodo came to his senses, he is greeted by Gandalf.
What happened, Gandalf?
I was delayed.
Well, we know that's not exactly true. Oh my god, yes. Louder, louder! Ah, that poor butterfly thing.
Lord of the Rings.
Ah, he said the thing. The Lego comedy just always gets to me. Finally, time to explore Rivendell. It's just a treat. Gimli! Oh, you silly goof. Something isn't right about the people present in this meeting. Legolas, my beloved. It's actually really funny that Frodo gets to find out about, how big of a task he has now from this meeting here. And he's like incredibly important for entire Middle-earth. But he does have quite the team. The Fellowship of the Ring. Bilbo! He pimps out Frodo with mithril armor and a sword that glows when orcs are nearby. Or as I like to call it, the Orcussy detector. After Frodo was done taking the biggest dump in his life, we were off to Mordor. Oh, we know this won't go the way we planned. Aragorn, you simp. I get it though. They decided to go to the Card-Harass mountain peak, which opened up some interesting game mechanics, specifically the lifting of small characters. You actually have to do this a lot of times inside of the game, but specifically in this level just to get them across the really deep snow. It took me a while to figure it out completely, which resulted in this happening. Making our way through the harsh conditions, a new character has been added to the MVP of this Lego game, Gimli, my boy. Him and Sam just carried this first part of the level. Once we reached to the worst part, it was down to Frodo to decide which way is the best way for us to go. The ring bearer decided to go through the mines. To get inside of the mines, we had to open a door, which was slightly hidden. So Pyromaniac Sam got to work, and it wasn't anything too difficult. The challenging part of this thing was the Watcher in the water. I completely forgot this is like a portion of the story. I do not miss those Frodo yells, like ever, from the games, from the movie, just I hate it so much. It's so damn annoying. Nothing against the actor, but I just have constant nightmares in my head anywhere I go, just that constant Frodo yell. I realized that Gimli has this thing for being thrown around the place. He just really likes it. After a short battle, we got it. And off we were to the mines. Why did he say it like that? And Pippin died. Nah, now we have to figure out how to rescue him. Getting some gears and other stuff, we were actually able to do it with some ease.
Fool of a took.
He said the thing, and now we have to stop some orcs from breaking through, which didn't go very well, to the point of a damn troll showing up. Fighting the cave troll wasn't anything too challenging, more of the thing of do this 3 times until he gets defeated, and then he stabbed Frodo again, which Pippin took very personally. Literally, once we smacked the troll around a bit more, Frodo lied, which was a good thing I guess. The mithril armor came in clutch. So they scattered, but the orcs did not back down. With the help of Gandalf's wizard power shield thingy, whatever you want to call it, we started to make our way slowly out. Doing some normal Lego puzzle things, the fellowship got to the new part of the mine, where once again chaotic orcs overwhelmed them. On the way down the stairs, I found a piece of treasure. I actually completely forgot that this was like a thing of collectibles, a helmet, which actually Legolas put on. I guess that's pretty cool. Going further, there was more chaos, like these stairs completely falling apart. And then it was time for the best part of this movie. Just peak.
You fools.
Well, damn. I didn't even know this was a part inside the game. This is indeed quite insane. It was more of just do this 3 times, you finish the boss battle, but man, is this cool. Honestly, this is like one of those moments inside this game that I'm like, oh my god, this game is just really good. And just when you think the mission is over, nope, back with the gang just to escape the cave, which wasn't anything too crazy, but once you're out of the cave, everyone is emotional for very obvious reasons. But seeing Lego characters being sad is honestly kind of funny. But damn, that mission overall was just so good. Back at Mordor, it seems that Sauron was cooking a new breed of orcs. I remember being terrified of them in the actual movie, but this, look at them. Funny looking guys. Anyway, Frodo and the gang was off to the woods of Lothlorien, where they met the Lady of the Woods, Galadriel, and her husband, Celeborn, who helped them in the journey, giving them a means of passing through, but also some goodies, like the elf's robe for Sam, a cloak of invisibility for Frodo, and also a glass phial to help him on this journey. And oh boy, do these things actually help out. And so they were on their way, and of course the goofy orcs were also. As they all prepared to wait overnight to avoid the orcs, Frodo decided to wander off, which is, what is up with him? Like, why? I get it's the ring turning him and stuff, but man, is he annoying sometimes. Anyway, of course, this didn't go well, and silly Boromir attacked Frodo because the ring also is affecting him. What is up? They should just get rid of this ring. Wait. And because he attacked him, it resulted in Frodo putting on the ring, which splits up the mission again into 2. First, they just decided to concentrate on the Frodo bits, which basically has you just maneuver some smart bits of the level, constantly distracting Boromir, and this honestly kind of level style sounds vaguely familiar. As you make your way through, Eye of Sauron sees Frodo and goes crazy for the ring, but Frodo got the strength to fight it off. Well, you know, I'm just really good at pressing B over and over and over again. And then Frodo just falls. Back with Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, the goofy gang as I like to call them, they now need to find Frodo, which is pretty fun going through the forest, really embracing the fun of Lego games, like things like Gimli's abilities, Legolas's abilities, pushing some things around, great stuff. Then we find Frodo's sword, and Aragorn gets to use his investigator ability, which honestly is kind of weird because he just kind of walks around the same area and over and over and over again, but he does find him. And then they learn that the orcs are near, and so begins the battle, or escape, whatever you want to call it. The escape was pretty simple. Threw Gimli around here and there, but what's that? The Horn of Gondor! Boromir is attracting all of the orcs to Pippin and Merry as well. You idiot. But they're strong and a battle begins. Again, do this thing slightly differently 3 times. Along the way, Boromir is really getting his ass handed to him, getting shot with an arrow, a broom, and a banana? Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Wait, is that a chicken? But do not fear, as Aragorn is here, which activates part 2 of the boss fight. What is happening? Which after defeating Boromir has a moment of happiness, and then he remembered that he was shot multiple times. Well, it had to happen. It'll be okay, Gimli. Well, that was actually kind of messed up for a Lego game, but the boys are back.
And Pippin to torment and death. Let us hunt some orc.
Also, did he just cock an axe?
Strider will look after him.
Sam.
And so, with that, Frodo had his servant ready for the journey ahead. Movie 1 is complete. Oh, new loading screen. This is pretty cool. Sam and Frodo seem to be lost, but are being followed by him. While they decide to snooze, Frodo sees Gandalf battling his ass off. And so, once again, we have another split up story, following Gandalf as he makes his way through the mountain to battle Balrog. This was actually a mission I somehow completely blocked out of my memory, and was nice to experience something I didn't have any recollection of before. Once Gandalf was at the top, it was time to battle Balrog, which, you guessed it, same old boss fight. This game loves having those in this. At least maybe this one kind of requires to do some stuff differently, like, you know, using electricity to beat his ass. But he finally got him, and then we're back with Frodo and Sam, where we have to find 6 fish to weigh down this rock door. I don't really understand it, we're not going to talk about it. But I did as they said, getting to use all of the new things like the glass vial and also Sam's new rope, keeping the gameplay pretty fresh. Also, I was somehow able to do this. Yeah, makes sense. Anyway, we weighed down the wall door, and somehow it was night, which meant bedtime. And that's when Gollum took his chance, but they were prepared. Once again, another mini boss fight to catch Gollum, had to tie him up and beat his ass up. Something cool in this mission was the construction side. Before there was something like this with the food in the Weathertop mission, but instead in this you had to construct that fishing rod. By doing this, you were able to catch fish to essentially defeat Gollum completely. And then they used him to get to Mordor because he told them he knew where it was. Then Gollum decided to take them through the Dead Marshes, which was an interesting set for a mission. It took a bit of time to figure it out, but there were bits that you could completely walk into and drown, which was kind of annoying. Slowly progressing through it, the main objective was follow Gollum and put out fires along the way that he kind of just got through it just in time. Then after a while, Sam was once again tired and he decided to go to sleep until his slumber got interrupted by a Black Rider, which resulted in once again a stealth mission. This one wasn't anything too complicated and you had to use a tree trunk and the brand new cloak of invisibility that Frodo did get. One interesting thing was also there was this bug of Gollum constantly saying this over and over.
Hide! 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 Hide!
Now I have PTSD from hearing it. Overall, it was a pretty simple mission, just escape into a hiding spot, and then we basically made it to the outside of Mordor, where there was a pizza delivery happening. That's interesting. But going through the gates of Mordor was actually pretty dangerous, so Gollum brought us a different way, where we stumble upon an army of Easterlings, where now we play as Faramir and Madriel to take down 2 huge elephants, which was, I guess, a very interesting thing to see. Once they're defeated, Faramir finds Frodo, Sam, and Gollum, and Frodo breaks the news that Boromir is dead. Man, these names are really getting to me. Faramir is smart enough not to take the ring and instead wants to bring them to Gondor. Now the game forces us to play as Aragorn and the boys, where they get ganged around by riders of Rohan, who give them a performance? They supplied them with horses that were built different, honestly, like what are they doing? And now they could continue with their journey of finding Merry and Pippin, who we do find out later what we're up to. With Aragorn investigator skills again, he could find the overall area where they ended up escaping to. They nearly actually ended up getting eaten from what it seems. And as they tried to escape from the hungry orcs that followed them, they ran into Treebeard, who confused them for orcs.
You don't understand! We're hobbits!
Maybe you are, and maybe you aren't. The White Wizard will know.
The White Wizard, you say? This part of the level was pretty fun, getting to just walk over all of the orcs with ease, and you basically get to play as a huge tree. What's there not to love? As Treebeard's rampage continued, Merry and Pippin straight up walked into the light. That turned out to be... what? Well, now we're back with the boys.
The White Wizard approaches.
Do not let him speak. He will put a spell on us.
The White Wizard who had some sick moves?
Who are you?
He is back in his glory. Off they were to Edoras. Hama actually ended up stopping them and made them all give their weapons away. Also, Gandalf is just a grey again.
You would not part an old man from his walking stick.
And he's also pretty smart. Oh, Grima Wormtongue, you cheeky bastard.
Be silent.
Oh, damn! Oh boy, a boss fight, let's go. Nothing too challenging, got to beat up Grima, and that's all that mattered to me. Which meant the King Theoden was free, and was reunited with Helwyn. That felt like an interesting bit. We were now off to Helm's Deep, which wasn't the best idea. Of course, on the way they got attacked. Now we have to fight off orc riding wargs. Oh, I can ride them? That's cool. This whole arena is screaming collectibles to me. Like, look around this place. There's just shoot that, do this, do this, do that. But I can't. Free play time. Damn, he straight up punched it.
Aragorn!
Aragorn! Tell me what happened and I will ease your passing.
I took a little tumble off the cliff.
Damn, Gimli, relax. Oh my god, they're just getting the revenge. And there goes Gimli crying again. And the king is back. Don't worry, Helwyn, you'll get your moment.
It's a rabble of mindless orcs. These are Uruk-hai. Their armor is thick and their shields broad.
I have fought many wars, Master Dwarf. I know how to defend my own keep.
It appears that Gimli and Aragorn are the only ones with common sense. But thankfully, the elves come in clutch to the rescue. So the time has come to stop the orcs. But first we need to build our way up. Okay, well, once we're at the top, Gimli struggles to see the chaos. A whole bunch of those goofy orcs. Oh damn, he got him. Well, that's not good. From here, the main goal is to stop them from invading the top by destroying their ladders. A whole bunch of ladders. Oh no! Stop him! In slow motion! Get him, Gimli. Yeah! Well, they're through. Thankfully, our main characters got away. Of course they did. Just in time. Yeah, you go Peter Jackson with your Oscar. It was down to Gimli and Aragorn to stop the ram. So Aragorn tossed Gimli at the ram of halfling orcs, which took a whole bunch of them out. Back above, it was down to Legolas now to throw a box to finish the remaining ones off, which allowed for everyone to get away safe. The fortress was unfortunately taken, but Aragorn had hope. And the king actually finally came to his senses. Well, this is kind of trippy, but also actually really cool. Gandalf to the rescue!
Theoden King stands alone.
not alone. Go hit him!
They were able to mess them all up. All of this allowed for Frodo and the others to progress, since the Eye of Sauron found a new thing to stare at. Oh damn, you good, Frodo? Oh no, not the Nazgul again. This part of the game just got you back and forth between Frodo and Faramir to get away from Nazgul, which you know is the same old, same old. One of the more interesting things is you have to find means to break free Gollum, which lets you play as him, so that was pretty cool. Ooh, nice shot. No, fight it, Faramir.
Release them.
Okay, good. Treebeard! Oh, damn. They all pulled up. It's time to stop this. This was peak gameplay. Big trees stomping around, causing chaos. Main objective, break dam. Obstacles in the way, puny orcs. Yes. 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 Anyway, we got the water flowing. Oh, damn. He went flying. Saruman isn't the happiest. Was he just surfing? Pippin got straight up headshotted. And they're all here.
Peregrine Took. I'll take that, my lad. Quickly now.
How the hell did he fit in there? Oh, Pippin isn't too happy.
Master looks after us. Kill him. Kill them both.
Hey, relax, Gollum. It's not that deep, man. And so, movie 2 is complete. Babe, wake up. A new loading screen dropped. Another banger. It's so weird seeing Frodo with his ring around him like that. He's absolutely dripping though. What the hell was that? Frodo is mesmerized by the dead city. Trying to make our way out of here, and Frodo is absolutely losing it. Relax, man. Nazgul. No, ugly looking thing. Oh, and a whole bunch of orcs? Oh my god, Lego feet. Whoa, top down? That's pretty, crap. Yeah, but that's actually pretty cool, I'll be honest. Like seeing the top down view, that's not a very common thing to see inside of Lego games, unless you're going to talk about maybe specifically the PS Vita as I mentioned earlier. Poor Sam. This is the part where I feel just so bad for Sam, especially after Frodo is just being a little whiny baby. Even in Lego form of this story, I feel bad. Oh, big Lego spider. I swear Gollum is a bad influence on Frodo. Run, Frodo! Oh, this is now a running mission? I guess I did that to myself. And that giggle from Sam. Interesting. Back with Pippin. He really wanted that orb. What did he smell?
I see you.
Pippin! Help! Gandalf!
Fool of a Took.
He said the thing.
Show us the meaning of haste.
Mary!
Damn, Gandalf just straight up stole Pippin, I guess. Anyway, back with Frodo and Sam. And what? Who the hell is that? No! Frodo, look out! Oh my god, gotta love those moans. So, who the hell is this guy? I swear this wasn't in a movie, right? Shagrat? Okay. I guess Shagrat is now part of the crew. But the basic idea is team up with Shagrat to take out the spider, which Sam really did. Okay, so now Shagrat is acting as if he wasn't helping out Sam. I'm having mixed feelings about this guy now. Wait, whoa. Is Frodo naked?
I don't take orders from stinking Morgul rats.
Shagrat is dead? What is happening? Thankfully, Sam came to the rescue, and they still got the ring. Now we must escape through this tower-looking thing, which is pretty cool, just finding a bunch of orcs. Once Sam and Frodo are outside, the main task is to find clothes to disguise themselves and escape. This really reminded me of the classic Star Wars thing where you put on a helmet and you could get through any of the doors. Now I'm talking about the old stuff where you had like those helmet dispenser thingies, and there was another crafting part, a huge hammer, which is actually pretty cool, and a shame that you don't really see this happening all that often inside the game. Overall, this mission was actually quite interesting and quite fun, but who the hell was Shagrat? Can we talk about that? Like, why is this a character? I get it. They wanted to split up the mission, like they wanted to have two characters. That's like the big thing with Lego games, but I don't like the way Shagrat treated us. He really betrayed my trust. He went from helping me out to dying straight after. Well, I guess that wasn't his fault, but also it was. By gathering all of the disguises, they were finally able to get into Mordor. Ghost!
My Lord Elrond.
Elrond, my beloved, he's back. Oh my, what a beautiful Lego sword. Yeah, sure, why not? Gimli's just loving this, isn't he?
The way is shut. It was made by those who are dead.
Oh damn, so I can finally destroy those funky glowing rocks with this thing. So we have to get the ghosts to join us. Okay, cool. Why won't these things stop grabbing me? I won't be able to do anything if you don't stop. And also, I spent way too much time on this bit. I didn't realize that what I had to do was throw Gimli to Legolas, and I spent like a solid 5 minutes, like straight up 5 minutes, just walking around and trying to figure out what to do. Listen, I know these games are for kids, but my adult brain can't compete sometimes with these. Like, this was really difficult. But anyway, once you do that, you see this, that's a whole bunch of ghosts. Oh boy, yeah, another... Do this 3 times and you defeat the boss, and then 3 more times and you defeat the boss. What is happening? This isn't really me complaining. It's just kind of interesting that the main concept of most missions is defeat a boss, which is very in line with very old Lego games, or just overall Lego games. Yeah, kind of adds up. And this isn't like the last time it happens, and we're on movie 3 already. Like, what? Anyway, we finally beat the Ghost King, which went well, I guess. Is that a goat? Okay then, that's pretty cool, I guess. What else would they be writing? Damn, Gandalf is not messing around to the point of using pianos and washing machines. Hey, it's that ugly guy. What's his name again? Ugly guy from Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Yeah, him, Gothmog. Even his name adds up with the way he looks. Very good translation into Lego, I will be honest. Well, this doesn't seem to be going very well. Oh wait, yeah. One more running thing. I actually really like these missions. They're really fun, especially when you have infinite spears. Oh, that was, yeah. Well, it's time for Elwyn to get her moment, and that's exactly what she did. She chopped the Nazgul's head off. Oh, he is pissed. But again, more 3 things and then we beat him. Very sick way. Is that a minifig head on top of his head? What is happening? And Aragorn pulls up with the Ghost Squad. We have once again reached a bit of a frustrating part of the game. More scaling elephants. This part, oh my god, it made my blood boil. These bits where you have to shoot the Legolas arrows, they just never hit. And then the freaking elephant just kept turning around. But I did it. Because, of course, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be making this video if I didn't make it. But it was really frustrating. It was time for everyone to go to Mordor to help out the boys. Getting there wasn't very easy. It was actually a bit of a pain in the ass. Mainly with the bog part. And also, I remembered that there is a map in the open world. That brought back some good nostalgic memories. And yes, the good old punch until you buy the character strategy. Miss those days. Overall, this mission wasn't anything too crazy. You pull up, you say you're gonna battle, you battle, but the only things you really fight is trolls. The set piece is really cool, seeing the unstoppable army of orcs charging at you, but instead you just have to fight like a troll over and over and over and over again. It kind of did give me some memories of the first mission that you play when you first start off this game, but overall, yeah, that was it. And it was time for Sam and Frodo to finally climb up the mountain. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. The Frodo gameplay, on the other hand, in this mission is quite interesting. He really just wobbles around the place, like for the whole thing. Okay, I will give this game one thing again. It's very interesting with this mission, mainly because of how smart some of the things inside of here are to get past the lava inside of the volcano and just make your way across with a character that can't really jump or move around very well. But that's kind of the main idea. Once you get to a part where Gollum just attacks you, because of course Gollum has to attack you. This was an okay boss fight, probably one of the easiest ones that I've ever done, where you just throw rocks at him. And of course, while this is all happening and Sam gets attacked by Gollum, Frodo decides to take this chance to run inside to destroy the ring, and the mission gets split up because he puts on the ring to hide away from Gollum. This part, again, is just like a typical boss fight. You do something 3 times that is relatively similar, but it is actually pretty cool because you are in this area. Going back to the beginning of this video, specifically with the game, just being in this area is really cool. The atmosphere is pretty epic, if I will say so myself. The basic idea is you have to distract Gollum off of Frodo, beat him up a few times, Sam falls over, over, rinse and repeat until you get to the end. And Gollum rips off Frodo's hand. I don't remember this happening in the movie, but you know, it's Lego form. Thankfully, he does put it back on. And this is the moment where Gollum falls into the lava, Frodo looks like he dies, the eye falls apart, but thankfully they survived. This part is, again, your classic run away from certain thing to survive, kind of giving you all of the things inside the game just one last time while you play. But it is finally done, and here we are. At the very end, Aragorn is crowned the king and everything finally worked out. This was just peak. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the story of Lego Lord of the Rings and the game itself. This is just looking back on the gameplay, some of the fun stuff inside the game, and just quickly dissecting the game overall. If you've never played Lego Lord of the Rings, I really recommend for you to play it. It's kind of more difficult to play on last gen consoles. By that I mean like the PS4 and the Xbox One. You can actually purchase the 360 and PS3 versions, and again, as I mentioned, the handheld versions if you would be interested in maybe attempting those versions. If you would like for me to quickly go over the game at the very end, it's honestly fantastic. It's probably like the best Lego game that I've ever played, at least one of them. There's obviously a bunch of Lego games which are like top tier. You have Lego Marvel superheroes and everything else, but Lego Lord of the Rings is one of them that is just that Lego game. It really does shine with the story and the adapting of the characters and everything in Lego form, but I think this game really shines in the free roam and the replayability value of it. I didn't get 100%, but I remember being hooked. Once I started playing the game and finished the story, I was like, well, I just need to get all the characters. I need to get all the mithril stuff. I need to build every single tool I possibly can. And that's exactly what I did. It is so fun to do. It's so fun to play this game. And it's literally like aged like fine wine. It is peak. All these years after it officially came out, it is still holding up to this day. And one thing I hope that they do is attempt this story again in a Lego game form. I know there's some stuff happening with TT Games and some other things, but I think adapting this game with a mixture of the Hobbit movies or just combining the 3 Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies into one big game like they did with the Skywalker saga, that would honestly make for quite the epic game and the story. And of course there is still Lego Hobbit, which is good, but I wouldn't say it's like the best Lego game. Overall, I have mixed feelings with the Lego Hobbit, specifically because of Hobbit, the movies. They felt very unnecessary. The thing could have just been like one movie or at least 2. Dragging it out to 3 movies has always just kind of remained with me salty. And another thing I want to mention, if you have watched this far, if I messed up any of the names or the story narrative stuff, listen, I love Lord of the Rings, but I am not an absolute obsessed person with it, so I would probably mess up some names here and there. I tried my best to understand everything as possible with this script and just overall with this video. So if I did mess up and you have watched this far, I'm sorry. If you haven't watched this far and somebody comments down below complaining about my stuff, oops. And yeah, I will probably be checking out basically all of the games ever, like all the Lego games in this kind of a video form where I just talk about playing stuff that I like, pointing out the funny stuff, talk about the gameplay and stuff like that. So if you do enjoy it and you have watched this far, be sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. We hit 500 not too long ago, so thank you so much for that. And we're just doing this for fun. So if you have fun watching them, then stick around. These will probably take me a while though. I'm a college student who's 22 years old in his final year playing Lego. Yeah, fun. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, Lego Lord of the Rings.